We're all very deeply saddened by the severe cultural conflict in our communities and country. And as serious as our problems are, we're optimistic that together we can create systemic and sustainable community cultural transformation. If we're to create true community cultural transformation, it must be done through culturally healthy and skilled leaders of all races and ethnicities in a given community who are equipped to collaborate for the common good. We have cultural cancer. Now, some believe that the cancer is systemic racism. Others would say it is socioeconomic disparity driven by bias, inequality, or injustice. However, as painful and problematic as these things are, none of these are the actual cancer. They are the painful symptoms of the deeper root issue. And what is the deeper root issue? Our cultural relationships are cancerous. They are culturally dysfunctional. We must face the reality that not only do we lack education about one another, we don't know how to effectively engage or empower people different from ourselves. We must put away the failed notion of cultural tolerance and embrace the higher goal of cultural endearment. We can no longer afford to simply grit our teeth at one another as we go through life together. We must get to the root issues of our cultural dysfunction. And the root issue is that we are not culturally endeared. The reason for our cultural dysfunction is because people who are not culturally healthy and skilled simply cannot maintain culturally healthy and skilled relationships, no matter their race or ethnicity. And in the same way that individuals who are not culturally healthy and skilled cannot maintain culturally healthy and skilled relationships, leaders who are culturally unhealthy and unskilled, which by the way are most according to our data, cannot lead culturally healthy and skilled organizations or communities. They just can't. They're not equipped to do so. In fact, culturally unhealthy and unskilled leaders do just the opposite. They naturally help create the cultural dysfunction in their organizations and communities that lead to the painful symptoms. It's time we start addressing the root issue, and we have an intelligent and holistic plan that will create systemic and sustainable community cultural transformation. And we've mapped out a community cultural transformation plan that identifies the 6 pillars of leadership in every community. And these 6 pillars are in the following areas: business, education, ministry, law enforcement, nonprofit, and government. In our community cultural transformation plan, we propose to transform the cultural mindset and skill set of a minimum of 18 leaders from these 6 pillars. This is a necessary first step, and we have a proven process to accomplish this transformation of cultural mindset and skill set. This will prepare them to be in a position to lead systemic and sustainable community cultural transformation. Once the leaders of the 6 pillars become culturally healthy and skilled, we propose to bring them together for a 2-day cultural transformation summit in which we follow specific action steps to begin to design the cultural transformation of their own community. To do this, we follow the principles that are mapped out in the Cultural Transformation Manifesto. Specifically, we need to test and prove this model of community cultural transformation. We're convinced that we have the cure to cultural cancer and are seeking leaders who will come forward to engage with us. Now, we believe we have the vaccine, but we need to test and prove the model. If it works, which we're convinced it will, we can then take the model to communities all over the country. And when we transform enough communities, we will transform our country from the inside out. If we have a possible vaccine and don't seriously test it, we simply lose all right to deplore and lament our present state of cultural dysfunction. We need leaders who will step up and make a commitment to be part of this process. Will you join us in a movement that has the potential to culturally transform our communities and country for the common good? If you're open to engaging in this movement on a personal level or possibly financially supporting this movement, will you drop us a note at transform@culturalmastery.com? Thank you.